to making that happen, and it's as I say, it was all part and parcel of being a much better game and a better performance. I don't want to get too carried away about it. I mean, I saw a number of comments on social media and just in general, just people understandably pleased that we won, but I saw things like great performance and all that sort of stuff, and I thought, well, I can't go with that. I mean, it was a better performance, but really, maybe our levels of expectation are so low now that something like that does appear to be a lot better to us than it would normally do. So I don't know, but yeah, Doughty was doing well, and as I say, he was fine. He got pass marks that night, along with one or two others, but unfortunately, yet again, there was far too many that weren't getting pass marks, which I'm sure we'll come on to.
Well, yeah, Shattuck springs to me. Petroni. He got a couple of goals against Milton Keynes, and also Schofield got a couple of assists. And I particularly remember, I think it was actually maybe his third goal. The third goal in the night from Schofield on the left wing over to Petroni, took it first time. That was a fantastic passing goal. But that's the kind of things that we were hoping to get from these guys, Stephen, that just hasn't been happening. Is it down to the fact that, and we've talked about it before, that they haven't had a real pre-season to gel? We're back to the recruitment again, aren't we?
Yeah, I'd say so. A few of these guys were coming in late, which means that the brunt of the team in pre-season, it was chop and change lines, nothing really stuck with, and you just need to see what works, and that's what your pre-season's meant to be for, not the middle of the league campaign, or at the beginning of the league campaign, in October, September. We should have had them in and sorted and knowing what we're going with, and we've still not even got the full team in. We're still waiting this last D-man, and with the way the defence is playing, we can't wait for this last D-man. It's been pretty poor. But from what I've seen of some of the guys, like Schofield and Petroni, when they get up to speed and into a settled line, I think they'll be really good players for us, and they've shown glimpses of that. But at this stage of the season, you'd be expecting that little bit more of what you're getting from the players, and we're just not seeing that yet, just because of the way the recruitments went over the summer, and it's really hindered us this season. And I think that the off-ice management have a lot to answer for in terms of this. The fans are already not happy with the way things are going. There doesn't seem to be any sort of changes to what's happening coming anytime soon, which isn't helping the situation. It's just, I think this meeting with Gareth and Andy and Neil Black in November, is it? Like middle of November? Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be really interesting, but from what people are going to say to Gareth and Andy given the chance, and I'm planning on going. I won't be stirring the pot too much, but I do want to go and see what's going on.
Yeah, we'll probably get quite a lot of questions on or topics on that when we come on to, social media stuff. One of the things that, maybe we don't usually talk about much of it to do with other teams unless they're playing the Clan. However, if there's something major happens in the league, we will discuss it, and I think we have to and it's your turn, Stuart. We have to discuss, and I think you probably know what I'm talking about before I even say it, is the Colton Fretter incident that happened in the base of Belfast Giants. I mean, we've all seen the videos. Hicks has taken an awful lot of flack from Sheffield fans. I mean, it should have been a penalty. Fretter's reacted in the worst possible way. There's no excuse for it. You don't attack a guy from behind. At least he did discard his stick before he sucker punched him in the back of the head. All this stuff about the leg coming up. I don't think he kicked out. His leg did come up, we skate up, but that's a natural reaction. It's something you're taught when you're doing self-defence, is to bring your leg up when you're on your flat on your back. What's your reading of the whole thing, and what kind of thing do you think Fretter can expect from all this?
Well, I think, to be honest, both players were a wee bit dirty in the videos that I've seen. Both players were absolutely filthy, to be honest. But Fretter's reaction was just absolutely over the top. I mean, the hit that put him into the boards, it didn't look like it was deliberately meant to hurt him, but it was still a dirty hit. It was the way it was followed through against the boards was just uncalled for. But when a hit like that goes uncalled, you don't then just completely lose it, fling yourself at a guy that can't even see you and attack him from behind. Wait till he can see you. Call him out for a fight if you really must get payback for what you consider to be a dirty hit. And let's not argue, it was a dirty hit. But if you want payback for that, you wait until the guy can face you and you punch him in the face. You don't come in smacking him in the back of the head like that.
Yeah. What do you think? Everybody's sceptical about Dobson because it's a Sheffield player, and what would make you think that? What is the right call for you in terms of games? What kind of range do you think would be suitable for that?
Well, judging if you're judging on previous call Dops the stuff so far this season, he'll probably get a game, maybe 2. But I reckon that's easily worth 5 games.
Yeah, a game or 2
he's completely lost his all sort of pretense at being a professional, and he's basically just attacked the guy. And I would hope that the Belfast player also gets a game or 2 for the hit he put in.
Yeah, but that's not an uncommon hit, though. I mean, it's a dirty hit, but it would normally get punished in the course of a game. And if not, you'd like to think it could get looked at again if they request it to be looked at. But the thing with Fretter is completely off the scales. So I mean,
I'd look for the Belfast hit to get upgraded to a game minimum and go on his record, if not at least a 1-game ban. So a game misconduct or a 1-game ban, because he puts him in really heavily head first. It's bad. We've seen less hits that did less get bans in the past. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Fretter's reactions, like, is this a bad one? It's one of the worst I've seen in a while. I mean, like, it's maybe not Grimaldi bad. But
there's no throwing helmets, no. Graham, as I said to Stuart, same question, what kind of range I mean, I think 5 games minimum. And even then you could argue 10. Because, you're never going to get it because it's Sheffield, though. And, when you think about Frankie and Fitzy a few years ago, and I know Dops has changed, but they get hammered. If I'd been one of them, they'd have been out for the season if they played for us.
Yeah. Well, if you ask me what I think Dops is going to call, I don't know. I'll let Stephen decide, because honestly, I haven't got a clue. For me, it would be 3 to 5 games. Maybe deserving more, but I can't see any more than that being awarded. I don't know. I mean, again, the bigger subject, which I won't bang on about too much, but you probably have this sort of thing may not happen if you have a 4-man system in place. I think we're struggling through the fact that we're running with a 3-man system at the moment. Whole other subject maybe, but still, I think a lot of this is indicative of what happens when your officiating is inferior to every other professional league.
To be fair to him, though, Graham, he only has to have turned his head for a split second to look down the ice to see what was going on, and then put his head back again, and he's missed it. Like, the first hit, I'm saying, it's hard. You're right, the 4-man system would maybe have negated that.
2 pairs of eyes.
People are giving Hicks a hard time, and I don't like giving refs a hard time, but, they've got a hard job.
Yeah, exactly, and this is the point I'm making. The fact is that the 3-man system's putting undue pressure on our officials. And on top of the fact that I don't believe officiating standards are that great anyway, it's certainly better, and we saw it when the 4-man system came into play. After a small period of time to adjust, it worked out pretty well. But money and all that sort of stuff. The officiating comes second to other stuff. So yeah, but coming back to the point, I think it'll be 3 to 5 games. I mean, the whole subject of Dops, there's so much, and we could bang on about Dops for another hour quite easily, because there are other things that have happened in this league just recently that take some believing. But yeah, that's maybe a show on its own. But yeah, Dops, the inconsistency. There's a few examples of that already this season. But yeah, sorry, to answer your question, 3 to 5 games, but could easily have been more.
And Stephen, you're the Dops expert here. You always seem to get them right.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't know if I'd accidentally got one right by accident at some point. I don't know. It was good to see a meltdown like that. We've not seen one for a while,
No, it's good to see meltdowns as long as you're not getting scalped in the back of the
head. I'm saying that is not the guy who got scalped. So, I don't know. I think, what was the penalty in the end? Like, that he got? Does anyone know?
Tell you what, you talk on, give me 2 seconds. I've got the
Yeah, do you know,
laptop
I was watching it earlier on and I couldn't remember. It wasn't cross-checking. It was a hit to the head, I think it was. I think it might be a hit to the head. Yeah.
Bye-bye. Give me 10 more wee seconds, chance.
Downgraded from a 5+ match to a 5+ game for checking from behind. That's my...
Yeah, that'll be it.
That'll be it. Maybe 2+10.
He got a checking from behind major, and then he got the game misconduct on top of it.
Downgraded to 2+10 for checking from behind. That's my guess.
Done dusty.
So that way, yeah, just don't want to get too many penalty points in his on his record going forward. No, it's bad. These things happen. We saw it with Grimaldi. We've seen it with was it Cowick went mental at Stahl last season?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've just seen players lose their cool. It's just what happens. I don't know whether I know what Graham was saying about a second ref catching the initial penalty, and maybe it would have stopped there. But it's difficult for the ref to catch everything, and when someone loses the plot like that, it's very difficult to stop anything from escalating. But in all seriousness, I'd say with you, Ross, I'd say 5 games minimum. But again, I'd be very surprised if it was even close to that.
Yeah.
In a proper league with a proper disciplinary system, it would be a minimum of 5 games.
Okay, we're going to take a delve into the world of social media. Everybody get their hard hats on. Again, work commitments, not really had time to sort these out, so we're kind of going on the fly here, or certainly I am anyway. Cali York is the first one at the top of the list. Good last night, tonight unacceptable. D still shaky, changes needed as soon as possible. Had issues with D for over a year now. Why? Why are we having issues with the D? Fans deserve better. I guess, the fact is true. The D was shaky last year. The D's shaky this year. I reckon there's changes needed. Particularly in the D. Wouldn't particularly want to start singling names out. There's a couple for me though that I think we could probably change. Cali Yacht's asking why. It depends who, we don't really know exactly who does the recruitment, so we don't really know who's responsible. The way I see it is the coach comes up with names, he passes them to Gareth. Gareth tries to negotiate a deal, then he tries to get Neil Blanc to rubber stamp it, and Neil Blanc says yes or no. I don't know any better than that, and I don't know if that's the case. Does anybody know any different? No.
That's what I've heard it is.
Yeah, so that means it was Ryan's responsibility last year, and now it's John Tripp's responsibility this year. I don't know. Certainly, we talked about recruitment. Graham and I battered on about it 2 weeks ago, how we think it's been a major mistake. But, yeah, I think changes are needed, and I don't think there's anyone who's going to disagree with that, is there?
No, I think that the problem is we've went with too many offensive D-men. I think you've got Burt, who's allegedly an offensive D-man. No, I don't know. Islansky and Bjorklund.
It's pretty offensive.
There is that. And then you've got Islansky and Bjorklund, and of the three, like Bjorklund stands out head and shoulders above the other two. And I like Islansky. But when we've only got 5 D-men, 6 D-men, we've 4. What am I saying? 4 import D-men. Yeah. We've got Greaveson and Sully as well, and they're not the biggest of bodies. So, Sescon is, but Greaveson and Sully aren't. And it's all wrong just now. We need another couple of bodies. Maybe no like a 6'6" guy or anything like that, but we need people who are not as willing to jump forward as the other 3 are. And whether that means will mean cutting someone loose and getting that 2 extra bodies in defence. I think it would probably be for the best, because the way things are going just now, we're I don't even want to think what our average goals against a game just now are, but it's not. No. Is it?